A very good morning to my dear students. Let's start our computer science class. In previous class, we learned about application softwares and language translators. We already studied about system software by using which all the software and hardware resources will work. One of the basic example for system software is you all know operating system. So today let's discuss about operating system. What's an operating system? Do you know? It acts as an interface between user and hardware. Through this operating system only, a user can communicate with the computer. For example, our Windows, Linux, Android, Macintosh, iOS all are operating system. So it is considered as resource manager. Resource means both hardware and software resources are there. Hardware resources like keyboard, mouse, etc. and software resources like device drivers, some application softwares, etc. is worked by using operating system. Examples for popular operating systems are you all know better than me. You know it's Windows, Linux, Android, Macintosh, etc. The primary objective of this operating system is it provides service for building and running application program. So it provides basic services to build and run application programs. So when an application program wants to run, then the operating system will loads program into memory and allocate CPU for execution. You all know for a program to run, it first got into primary memory. So this is the purpose of operating system to give primary memory to application software. Then if we are using many application programs or application software, then our operating system will decide which program will first, like that. Then second objective is it provides an interface between user and computer. So a user interface, by using this interface, a user can communicate with the computer. So there are two objectives. That means twofold. Operating system is twofold. First is to provide service for application programs, and second is it acts as an interface between computer and user. So there are two primary objectives for operating system. So in first we told it provides service for application software means it allocates memory for execution. So here there is a figure which denotes types of user interface of operating system. That means user interface means user is communicate with this interface. These all are familiar with you. You all are using these types of interface. We all are using. First is command based interface. What's command based interface? We are giving some commands, like in command prompt. We are giving some commands for creating, opening, editing, deleting a file. We are giving commands. So by using keyboard, we are giving commands. So command based interface means we are using command prompt or commands by using keyword. It is compared to other, it is quite difficult compared to other methods. Usually allows a single user environment, only a single user to run a single program at a time. For example, do you know MS-DOS and Unix operating system? Previously, MS-DOS and Unix operating system were there. Now also there, which uses this command-based interaction. That means we are giving commands to load, editing, save, open. For anything, we are giving command through our command prompt. Like we are using command prompt. That black window, you all familiar with it. So by using this, user can give commands. For example, our Unix or DOS operating system. So that is the first types of user interface. We are dealing with not type of operating system, type of user interface. How can we a user communicate with the computer is by using this interface. There are many types of interface are there. First is command based. Second is graphical user interface. You all heard GUI. GUI, as the name implies, graphical user means It contains some icons, some visual images are there. So a user can understand easily by using these images. So if we launched some programs, it will be visible in our computer as image. Like in our desktop, we are using Microsoft Windows. So we can identify this is my computer, this is Google Chrome, like that. By using that visual image, we can identify easily. So this GUI interface means graphical user interface. It contains some graphics methods or images. By you, it's easy to understand to the user. For example, our Microsoft Windows, Ubuntu, Fedora, etc. Next is touch based interface. Actually, we need not specify this touch based interface because in your all you are using this handheld mobile phones which uses touch based interface. By touching, by using our fingers or something some device, we can touch the interface, and by using that touch we can control the operating system. That means if suppose we want to open something in mobile phone, we will touch that icon, then it will open. Like if it's WhatsApp, Facebook, Gmail, anything, we can access by just touching. So inputs are given by the sensors. Input are given by us by using our hand itself. So it is touch based interface. Nowadays we are using commonly like Android, our mobile phones. Normally we are using Android operating system, and in Apple iOS operating systems are there. These all are using touch based system, which is known as touch based interface. Then next is voice based interface. So voice based interface means, so if some people have some drawbacks like he can't see, like that, he can control the computer by using his voice. We can also do this in Google. Also we are searching by using our speech. By speech recognition system we are asking something, and computer will give result. So and some users cannot use input device like keyboard, mouse, etc. He can control his computer by using his voice. So some voice based commands are there. By using these commands, a user can perform any task in computer. That is voice based interface. Voice in Android we are using Google Now or OK Google. Then Cortana, we all heard in Microsoft Windows 10. In our laptop we are using Cortana. These all are voice based interface are used. Next is gesture based interface. That means gesture based means we are using some fingerprints, or like we are shaking something. In our mobile phone there are features to shake something, then some event is happen. So by using some motions, gesture based motions, we can control the device. So this technology is evolving faster. We are shaking our mobile phones and closing our apps, like that. We can control our mobile phone or computer by using this gesture based interface. So these all are the interface used commonly. Next topic is functions of operating system. You all know the functions of operating system. That means in our laptop or computer, when we are installing Microsoft Windows, there may be security mechanisms. There may be mechanisms to control hardware. So there are many functions for operating system. First one is process management, second is memory management, third is file management, and fourth is device management. For operations are there. Process management means, suppose when we are running our computer, so many programs are work together. For example, we are hearing music, then we can type programs at the same time, we can browse something, like all events happen at the same time. So this is known as process or programs. Process means a program in execution. That means there are many programs in our computer. When we are executing that program, it becomes process. So a task in execution is known as a process. So we can do many processes at the same time. Many processes are executing at the same time. We can find that in our task manager. If you search, there are many programs are working. In task manager, we can check that. So these processes, all processes are managed by our operating system. That means if so many processes are working together, operating system will decide first which we want to give memory. So it if multiple processes, it is known as multi-processing. That means we are hearing music, we are typing something, and we are browsing something at the same time, which is known as multiprocessing. In the case of multiprocessing, allocation and deallocation of resources might be a problem. Resources in the form of hardware resources or memory. So this is controlled by the operating system. Operating system will decide which is loaded into memory and which is removed from memory. So that is known as process management. Next is memory management. When we are running process, we have to allocate primary memory. That means if a program is running, it's loaded into primary memory. We have to allocate memory. To allocate and something we have to be freed. That means if some processes which are not used, it is freed from memory, and which are using, it is allocated into the memory. This type of allocation and deallocation is happened by the use of operating system. So processes running dynamically and allocate free memory to the process. If there is a free memory, that memory is allocated to the process. Operating system will do this without affecting other processes which are running. Sometimes we are taking printouts. The printouts is taken out at the same time we are hearing music or something. This management of memory is done by our operating system. So allocation and freeing of memory is done by operating system. Next is file management. File management means in computer data are stored in our CDE drives, which is hard disk. So in hard disk, in computer data are stored in hard disk or secondary storage device. So we have to manage the files. That means creation, updation, deletion, and protection from attacks. These all are known as file management. This is done by the operating system, and protection is a crucial point in which operating system is ensuring some types of firewalls, so it prevents our files from attacks. So this is file management. And next is device management. Device management means in our computer heterogeneous resources are connected, like our mouse, keyboard, sometimes speaker, sometimes Bluetooth dongle, sometimes pen drive, many, sometimes headset. Many hardware resources are connecting. Operating system will manage these all devices. All devices are managed by the operating system. So if we are inserting some device, then its corresponding device driver is installed. So devices also need some security mechanisms. So these all are provided by operating system. That means in memory management, software protection is taking place, but in device management, hardware protection is taking place. So these all are the functions of operating system. Process management, that means multiprocessing, which process we want to execute first. Second is memory management. That means if we are doing multiprocessing, multiple files have been allocated and deallocated from memory, which is done by operating system. And file management, we have to partition the computer and allocate space to the files in the hard disk, and we have to edit, move, etc., update the files, and we have to ensure security also in file management. And device management means multiple devices are working at the same times. These devices are managed by the operating system. So these all are the functions of operating system. So we all covered the topic of software. So let's stop for now. Thank you. Have a nice day.